YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Orangeblood VFL, and we did it. We did it. So, yeah, let me get right off into it. First off, Dabo Swinney. How about them oranges? How about that? How about that? Okay, let's go. No Alex Golish. No Jeremy Banks. No Hendon Hooker. No Jalen Hyatt. No problem. We did it. We good. We good. And we answered a whole lot of questions going on to next year. I seen exactly what I needed to see. I knew it was gonna happen as far as Joe Milton. So as far as his, I'm putting my quotations up, quarterback competition, it's no competition, it's his job. Like I said, after the Vandy game, the weather affected his throwing. So as we seen, he's good. He's good. He might not be as efficient as Hendon Hooker, but he's still good enough to win us a championship. Joe Milton, 19 for 28, 251, 3 touchdowns. He showed it all. Just like Hendon Hooker, he overthrew some passes, but he still was efficient enough to lead us to a victory. And Jalen Wright, I'm so proud of him. He ran his heart out. He ran his heart. 11 carries, 89 yards. He ran his heart out. And as far as the star of next year, is the breakout person, Square White. Square White, he's gonna make a whole lot of noise next year. I'm so proud of him too. 9 receptions, 108 yards, and 1 touchdown. So they have chemistry already because they're on the second team, so they're used to it. I feel like Joe Milton has to build more chemistry, in-game chemistry with Brew McCoy. But Ramel Keaton and Square White, they have chemistry already. You can tell. So I'm excited that, for him to get a whole offseason to work with Brew McCoy to see how that chemistry builds. But yeah, as far as our defense, Tim Banks, he did his thing. He called a good game. Now I know he was a freshman quarterback. It was his first start and all that, blah, blah, blah. But hell, you wouldn't, the way they were talking about him the whole game, you would think he was a star. They kept on showing his mom and dad, like, that's a lot of pressure. But forget that. The defense played lights out. The past 2 games, Vandy, shutout, held Clemson to 14 points. Now I know Clemson at times they struggle on offense, but they still have decent players. And I know they don't have dynamic wide receivers, but they still have good enough wide receivers to put up points. So Clemson fans, yeah, miss me with that. If y'all gonna bring that up as an excuse. While I'm talking about fans, South Carolina, be quiet. Be quiet. Y'all made the SEC look bad. A lot of teams making the SEC look bad, but of course we stood up. We stood up. Who else? Arkansas. They almost lost to Kansas, but they won, so I give them that. Let me get back into this. The defense, we played a great game. Tim Banks, everybody who was complaining about Tim Banks, he's our defensive coordinator. The star of the defense for next year, Beasley. Hands down, Beasley. Beasley, that's his defense next year. I don't care what anybody say. That's his defense. And Mitchell, he played good too, but we see, like I've been saying all season, Beasley, he played hard. He filled that gap. He rarely misses tackles. He wraps up. He hits hard. So yeah, that's the leader of the defense next year. He's an All-American to me. So next year, I expect to see him first team SEC All-American, preseason All-American. They better have him right there, because he's gonna ball next year. Yeah, Jalen Wright did his thing. Jabari Small, 13 carries, 38 yards and touchdown. Jalen Wright had, like I said, 11 carries, 89 yards. He averaged 8.1 yards to carry. He's stepping up. Jabari averaged 2.9 yards, and Joe Milton, he had 11 carries for 5 yards. But yeah, Squirrel White did his thing. 9 receptions, 108, a touchdown. Ramel Keaton, 4 receptions, 76 yards and a touchdown. Brew McCoy only had 4 receptions as well, 48 yards and a touchdown. So yeah, all 3 of them had touchdowns. And Princeton Fant, 2 receptions and a 19 yards. But yeah, let me get back to Aaron Beasley. 12 total tackles, 10 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and the pass deflected. So yeah, that's a player of the game to me. He's setting himself up to make a lot of money. After next year, he's gonna be a first-round draft pick. In my eyes, defense, we balled out. We balled out. Tim Banks, he called a good game. We brought pressure. We brought pressure. I want to do that all season next year. Just balls out, bring pressure. I felt like they were bringing a lot of pressure because he's a freshman quarterback, and he was kind of overwhelmed. But I want to do that against everybody. And if our DBs can play like they did last night against better receivers, we're gonna be tough. We're gonna be tough. From what I seen, I thought we was gonna have at least maybe 3 or 4 losses. But if we play like that, but at the same time, we still gonna lose Byron Young and Darnell White. Shout out to them for playing too. Yeah, that was bigger than the sacrifice and play in the game that some people call meaningless, but to us it's not meaningless. It lose a little bit of its luster because everybody's not playing, but it still means a lot to the program, to the fans, and of course to the players. So I respect them for playing in this game. Yeah, the defense had 4 sacks and 7 tackles for loss. So we were in the backfield all night. We won the line of scrimmage. We dominated. And at the end, we just basically kept running it down their throat. They couldn't stop us. And our defense, they stood up. They stood up when it mattered. On 3rd down, and every time Clemson was in scoring position or got on their side of the 50, we stood up. Of course, we got to tip our hat to the kicker because he just had a bad game. He had a bad game, but it is what it is. That happens. It's football. But yeah, I'm proud of these fellas. We got the dub. We seen what we gonna see for next year. The foundation laid. Josh Heupel, he got us in position to go on a run over the next few years. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I'm glad the young guys, the early recruits, the early commits, I'm glad they got a chance to come in and experience this and sit on the sideline and see, how things go, and learn everything that they can. And I feel like they're gonna benefit from it in the future, and the whole program is gonna benefit from it. So yeah, congratulations, Vols. We had a good season, 11-2, 10 wins for the first time since 2003. Oh, one more thing. Kamal Hatton. Somebody need to calm that boy down, cause where he from? I need to look that up. Cause every team from South Carolina, the state of South Carolina, he just be trash talking a lot. Like, I don't know. But yeah, we need to calm him down. Like, he played a good game. He backed it up But he had 1 penalty. And he just kept on chirping after it. Like, we need to rein him in. But yeah, besides that, good game, fellas. The fans, we good. I'm excited for this offseason. We got the pieces that we need. Hopefully we can add some more pieces. And I'm looking forward to the 2023 season. So yeah, like always, go Big Orange.